I mean, like seriously, not a lot of people know my story. You know, I don't, I don't tell a lot of people things, but you know, as one who has heart disease, has three-quarters of a heart, the whole bottom portion of my heart is black because I waited too long to get to the hospital. Just something I did. I'm hard-headed. But they had me on all kinds of medicine. They had me on cholesterol medicine. They had me on aspirin. They put a stent in. They had me on 6 15 milligram opioids a day. Um, they had me on gabapentin. Like they had me on a whole bunch of shit, and I needed to get off the opioids. Like that was one thing. I didn't like taking them. I didn't like the feeling. I just didn't want the pain. So I looked for other things. That's why I moved to Colorado to experiment with cannabis, trying to get all natural. Um, and in the midst of doing that, trying to get off the opioids, I had died twice, like literally died. And so um, finally in 2020, I got off of everything, cholesterol, blood pressure, gabapentin, opioids, the whole 9 yards. I just did all gone. And I used myself as a test subject. I consulted in the gods and the goddesses, you know, through my magic, becoming a male witch. And I felt secure enough in nature and Mother Earth to know that we're like in our robots, man. Like we feed her and she feeds us. Like I have more trust, even at this point, but more so back then, in Mother Nature that I'm willing to take a plant for the rest of my life over anything that they cook up. Like only because now, okay, granted, I've looked into the background of both the chemical and the nature. And okay, so uh, what do they call it? Adverse effects or whatever.
Yeah.
Long term effects. Well, they both ruin your liver over time,
Right.
as does any kind of medication.
Right. I
The
mean,
only the only difference is the opioids are addictive and you want more. And with everything going on, you don't know if you're going to have them tomorrow because they might yank it from you. You know what I mean? Like
oh yeah, they
this,
took away my Valium. They took away my buddy's Valium. My buddy just had a fucking nervous breakdown when they took away his Valium back when doctors were sticking their noses between the politicians and the doctors and their patients.
yeah,
Right.
leaving the patients to suffer. And
Right.
this isn't fair
Like
to the patients.
that nearly killed me too. Like I was on the gabapentin. I've had the back injections. I've had the steroid injections. I smoke weed for the pain management and the anxiety and all that. Right. One
Right,
thing versus 20 things. Right.
right, right.
And so I absolutely concur that there is a change that must occur. And I'm not saying and advocating plants are the only thing. I'm just saying that the medicine today is an unreasonable uh deterrent at some points, because if you're going to have to take something for 20 years and it causes Alzheimer's and dementia, and they know that,
Right, right.
and they're abusing the crap out of the old people or the people that have that as a side effect of the drugs that they know about, shouldn't they be fucking responsible for paying for these institutions to be rebuilt and built in a way that allows the people to control them?
Right. And you know, before I go on, let me state that, you know, I'm not against uh science or even medicine, modern day medicine. Okay. Like for instance, because of what everything had occurred in the beginning of the year, because of that, I had ended up getting Bell's palsy. Well, I had to get put on steroids for that. So, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm completely against science and medicine. I'm just not hyped up for all there. Let me sell you this so you can take 6 more of these 2 years down the road because we gave you. You know what I mean? Like I've seen a lot of shit happen, and again, I have enough trust in Mother Nature that I can, you know, take kratom for my pain and cannabis for my pain, and between them two plants, I can survive. You know, yes, minimal pain, but it's not like it was, and I'm not ruining my liver per se like I was on that regimen. You
Right.
know, and like I said, I used myself as a test subject. I've been doing this for over 2 years, and my test subject, my test scores, like my checkups and stuff, will blow you away. I'm healthier today. Like I'm not a healthy person by no means, but I'm healthier today, blood pressure wise and oxygen rate wise and stuff, than I was 2 years ago on that medicine. Like my blood pressure stats and everything are equal. They're good. Heartbeat equal, good. Blood pressure or the oxygen intake good. Not like it was 2 years ago. Yeah. So
Right.
I have enough belief that Mother Nature is the way to go for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There needs to be more, there needs to be a harder look at Mother Nature and a better way to look at the cultivation of these things.
Right. And like I said, I'm not against using Mother Nature, putting it in a beaker and making things like science, but they've taken it too far now, is what I would say.